This is great.
Yay.
So, we're just going to get right into it.
Okay.
Because we have somewhere to be.
We have somewhere to be.
We have a party to be at shortly at the AQHA World Show. I am sitting here with Suzannah Fuhrman, and she probably doesn't even really need an introduction. No, you kind of don't, because you know she's been in the AQHA industry for your entire life. We're currently sitting at the World Show in front of the arena. If you're just listening, we have this beautiful backdrop, so you should go to YouTube and watch it too, because we have a great location.
Yeah, the last year in the North Arena.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, this is no longer going to be starting next year. Yeah. So it's sad, but it's also great.
Really cool. Yeah, because I mean, what they're building looks amazing.
Yeah.
And the improvements are going to be great. But how many times have you walked out of here with a globe?
Oh, wow.
I know I put you on the spot.
That's a really good
question. We didn't rehearse this. We're going off the cuff.
So Globes World Show. Once I was reserve world champion in the performance halter mares.
Okay. Bubbly.
No. This was actually a Fuhrman bred halter mare.
Oh, cool.
And I taught the showmanship.
Oh, cool.
And it was back when you used to be able to do the showmanship to do the performance halter. And we were reserved.
Okay.
And that was great because she was homebred and she was wonderful. And my daughter walked out of here with the gold globe a few years later. And that was by far my proudest moment ever.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Didn't you own a horse named Bubbly?
I did own a horse named
Bubbly. I thought so. I remember seeing your ads.
Yes. Well, I love champagne.
Of course. Who doesn't?
You.
Yeah, right. Who doesn't?
What girl doesn't? And we named her Bubbly.
Yeah, I loved that.
And all of her branding was
the champagne bubbles. Yeah, I loved that. I remember seeing that. And so, speaking of which, I asked Suzannah to come on here to talk about advertising. Actually, that's a great segue into it, because you started this new frontier of digital marketing.
Yeah.
So you started Go Horse Show when people still were really focusing on the print ads.
In 2008.
Yeah. Like, so think about, I mean, okay, I just got out of college a year before then.
Yeah.
And I still was not doing my college online.
Oh, wow.
It was, we were typing some papers, but a lot of it was handwritten in real books. So things weren't really digitized yet.
No.
So you really spearheaded this industry. So I wanted Suzannah to come on here and talk to us about the changes in advertising. And, it is important, right?
Very important.
So let's start with, obviously it's a soft spot for me also, being a photographer and a content creator.
And you've been a client of Go Horse Show since 2011.
Yeah, she looked it up.
2011.
Like, that was so neat to see that.
And you had our cover of Go Mag, of our magazine in 2015.
Crazy.
So 9.5 years ago, you were on the cover of Go Mag. And we've known you for
a long
what feels
time.
Like forever.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. It is so cool. So explain to me and everyone why you guys did this. Like, why did you start Go Horse Show?
I think that's a fantastic idea. So my husband Landon and I have been showing our entire lives, and both went and had like corporate big jobs. I was at ESPN. He was running sports marketing for a very well-known company, big company. And at one point in about 2007, 2008, early 2008, we recognized the need for a digital presence in our industry and a place to advertise for less money, still get great exposure. And so in 2008, we started this little idea called Go Horse Show, and I got to use my ESPN journalism background, and we were like, let's give this a try. And it's like this little business. I think within 60 days, we were hiring people.
Right. You were like, we can't handle this.
Right.
It was crazy.
We hired a full-time writer who's still with us, Laura Gilmer.
Oh, neat.
She still writes for us.
Yes.
We hired Dawn Bell to be our first salesperson.
Neat.
Dawn's gone on to great things.
Yep.
It was, we saw the need, we saw an opportunity, and we were first to market. And at that time in 2008, our, I guess what you would call it today, our hashtag was the future of equine advertising.
And it still is.
Well, it is equine advertising today.
Right? It is.
I mean,
really is.
At some point it went from like everybody's dream to
yes.
Today is this is what
you just do it.
All digital.
Yes.
All digital.
It is. And I remember when you guys came out with that, and I thought that was so neat. And, honestly, for me, at that point, when I started advertising with you guys, it was a little out of my realm to put an ad in the Chronicle for $1,000. Like, that was tough for me.
Yeah.
So this was
not
a great,
just you. I mean,
for a lot of people,
a lot of people.
So it was a great option to have. And for me, I remember too, you guys were so good at the promotion, tagging people on Facebook when Facebook was still really new. And
I have a funny story about that.
Did you type the wrong person?
No, about Facebook. When we first started, 2008, probably early 2009, Facebook was nothing like what it was today. And there was still this, like, what is this Facebook?
And not everybody could have it.
And not
remember?
Right.
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
And at one point I said to Landon, I think we should start putting like our stories on Facebook.
Yeah.
And he said, well, why would we put our stuff on another website?
Right.
Like, that doesn't make sense. Like,
right.
We want the clicks to come to us, not to Facebook. Well, yeah, I mean, fast forward like a month or two, and it would, just
exploded.
Boom, 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 boom,
yeah.
boom. And then we broke the Rita Cronwell's story, and our Facebook followers went from,
I'm sure,
like
crazy.
0 to 100.
Yes.
And we were like top of mind of everybody, and we were on the Today Show, and we
were you really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, and we did.
That's so cool.
It was crazy.
That is so cool.
And I still get requests to this day for pictures that we own the rights to
of her
that they want to do, like documentaries.
Oh, yeah.
Please, can this story just be put to bed? But
right,
it's a chapter in our industry
that's neat.
Really unfortunate, but we were right there
for it, which is cool. Again, like you guys are like kind of a news agency for the horse community, right? And I think that's really neat too. We are a somewhat small community, but it is hard for us to get our information. So this is a really nice platform that's obviously been around. So you guys are trusted.
Yes. And we there are times like in a story like that where it's national, international news, where, of course we have to, publish that.
Right.
Something so significant.
Right.
But we're not TMZ. We're not, we keep a lot of stuff close to the vest.
Yes. I'm sure you have to, because I'm sure you guys know a lot of the inside scoop, before others.
Yeah.
And, I know that I have even been on the side of it where somebody bought a horse, but they can't really be public about it yet.
Yeah.
And they have me come take pictures. They're like, don't tell anybody, you can't post anything yet.
And if we broke that trust with anybody, we'd be done. So we understand how really important it is.
So if somebody is looking into, like, what are the trends right now? So you guys kind of started this again.
Yeah.
It was like a new thing. Yeah. And obviously it's always evolving.
And now that everybody has a digital device, and if they're on their phones, they're on their iPads, they're on their lifeline 24/7.
Yes.
We are at the click of a button.
Yeah.
And so whether it be the Go Horse Show website, which has news and information and all of that, or Go Mag, the digital magazine, it's just a click away, and you don't have to carry it with you. You don't have, it's always with you. And so that has been our biggest, uplifter, because it's always there. I joke, I play, and this game has gotten old, but there were some years there in the beginning where I would play count the number of magazines when you walk on an airplane.
Right.
And you're probably too young to remember this, but there was a time when there was an entire aisle of print magazines at the grocery store.
Oh, yeah. No, yes. Oh, totally. Oh, yes.
Forever.
Oh, yeah.
And now there's two trashy things
at the checkout.
At the checkout. And it's
right.
And
you're right. That's actually a really good point. They used to even have like Horse Illustrated, I remember, in the grocery store.
So just the evolution of the real world. This is the horse world, and
our own like false reality.
It's our world, but it's it's a little bit slower behind the real world.
Yeah.
And so we have seen just the evolution of so count the number of magazines. And it used to be, grandma would have her whatever. And, and now, have you ever seen a magazine on an airplane?
No.
So
There aren't any.
there aren't any.
No,
People
they don't even have the
bring
one
them.
that you can buy stuff anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's the real world.
Yeah.
And that's, absolutely. And when you can do a page with us for $150.
Yes.
A spread for $300.
Yes.
You can be in our magazine the entire year.
Yep.
For the cost of print.
Yeah.
Like one print.
Right.
So,
right.
And if you want to spend more and you want to be closer to the front, great.
Great. Cool. We can do that too, right?
For a lot of people, you just want to have an ad and be able to see it somewhere. And, and our exposure is
wonderful.
All over immediately.
I think so too. And I always like, if I have somebody who, like a photography client, it's their first time going to the Congress and they're like, I want to do the photo shoot, but I don't have a ton of money to I want an ad also to post. And you guys, it's an easy thing for them to do.
Absolutely.
And it's not a budget killer.
And we've gotten a lot of first timers that way who have then been like, okay, I love this.
And they're in.
Can I do 6 months? Okay, I love this. I want to do a year. Okay, I want to do a cover. They just have stepped up.
And you guys have packages.
Absolutely.
You work with everybody,
discounts,
which I think is really, really wonderful.
No, we understand. I understand how expensive all this can be. And, so I'm going to say, get your great pictures.
Yep.
Get a good graphic designer to put your
something
vision,
up,
their vision, come up with something.
Yep.
And send it to us, and we'll get it out there, and then we'll cheer for you at the horse shows.
Yeah, absolutely. I was just gonna say that too. I feel like, actually, hold on. I want to make sure we're still recording and everything's good and we look good. I heard a noise. Okay, yeah, we're good. Okay.
If you want me to redo the photography thing,
no, that was all great.
Okay, great.
No, so I just wanted to, you guys. Right now, they're gonna play all this loud music. Oh well, it should still be okay. Okay. But I think it's really cool how you guys do cheer for your people.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, I have always noticed that, and I see you guys doing it.
Yeah.
Even with the candidates, it's really cool. I have told people that. I'm like, if you advertise with a horse show, they'll find you. They'll have a smile on their face. Yeah. See you, come talk to you, see how your horse show's going.
Yeah. And it's not like we're going to be mean to you if you don't.
No.
But I like to say we love to support the people who support us.
Yes. For sure.
I was fortunate enough today to be able to hand out some gloves in the arena.
Yes, that was so cool.
And to see your smiling face. And I was like, yay!
That was cool.
Yeah.
So I was in the amateur, the level 3 finals today.
Yeah.
And Suzannah was presenting the awards. I was like, oh, that's really cool. Yeah.
I just, because I myself stopped showing when Go Horse Show started, because I just, you can't do both.
No.
At least to the level of that I want to do either of them.
Yep.
And so I always say I get to live vicariously through our clients.
Yes.
And I do. And we cheer. And I'm at home sometimes cheering and jumping up and down. And it hasn't completely replaced that wanting to compete, wanting to win and have a horse and do all that my type A behavior just absolutely loves.
Yep.
But it fills my cup. It does.
Absolutely.
And just to be able to be at the World Show and see people that we've known forever and people that we cheer
their
for.
successes. It is really cool. And I'm sure see the generations coming up through.
Oh my goodness. To now have a Grant Maston.
Yeah.
Who used to advertise in Go Mag when he was in small fry.
I'm sure.
And we have had him on the cover.
Right.
As a grown man.
It's crazy.
To see him showing in the amateur here. And granted, it makes me feel old.
I know.
But
I feel I understand that too. Like these kids, and I saw them walk trot. Now they're graduated college.
Right.
I'm like, how is this?
Yes. But it's very fulfilling, and we do love it. We really do.
That is awesome. So, what advice would you give to somebody who isn't sure whether they should advertise or not?
Yeah.
They're kind of on the fence. They're like, well, I could post this on Facebook, and what?
Okay.
What's the benefit?
Specifically to the Facebook point? Go Horse Show has 160,000 followers.
Yes.
And I know my personal Facebook only allows me to have
5,000. Right.
So take your ad that you're paying already to have the pictures done, to have the ad done. Take that, and you can get it to your 5,000 friends, and maybe your trainer has some followers that you can get it out to them, but you're and you can feel great about yourself. I have an ad, but the amount of exposure versus just, I mean, putting it out to the world.
Yeah, and like you guys shared on Instagram, Facebook. You guys are all your website.
Facebook is exhausting.
Yeah,
and we have to like be able to
something else.
Yeah, and Instagram has actually become like that's where our
the main
and our 18 to 45.
Yeah, like, that's the crowd,
and that's our core. And our Instagram, we had a 1.5 million
like views
in the last 30 days. I saw that on my.
That's awesome. Okay, so we were kind of talking about, I'll just say we had to take a little break because the national anthem started and we needed to be respectful for a hot minute. So we were talking about the reach that Go Horse Show gets versus just posting on Facebook. So during our little break, Suzannah, tell me that reach that you guys have.
Yeah, so Facebook is super strong for us, but Instagram has become, really a big player, especially because our core client is and viewer is 18 to 45, 18 to 55. And that's really strong on Instagram. And I just saw today that, and I check our numbers every once in a while and see how
you're still a salesperson.
See how things do. And on Instagram, it told me that we've had 1.5 million views on Instagram alone in the last 30 days. 1.5 million views. The Kalina video, the shopping video on Facebook alone has 1 million views.
So cute. That was so cute.
That was so fun.
Everybody was like, how did they do that? And I'm like, I'm sure Keegan reached out. He's like, hey, I have this crazy idea.
Keegan met her at the back gate and said,
would you do this?
Said, do you want to go to the grocery store? And Kalina said, yes. And
that's so
Keegan said, when? And she said, right now.
So cute. Everyone loved that. It was really, really cute. I can't imagine the people in the grocery store being like, what is this outfit?
What is this? Yes, I'm sure. But it was Whole Foods. So they were like, whatever.
They were probably used to it. Yeah, that is really, really, really cool. So what do you think, what is next in the advertising world?
Well, that's a great question. And we have ideas.
Yeah. I mean, the reels are big, right? Like, obviously, like, that's the way the algorithm is pushing everything is reels.
Yeah.
So even for me, when I have photography clients a lot more, we are doing videos also. Even if they get like a couple clips to share.
Absolutely.
Obviously, the videos is where it's at.
Absolutely. And as a former ESPN person, I was very reluctant for many years to do video because the technology wasn't there in the beginning.
Right.
The turnaround wasn't there. The sound quality wasn't there. And people expected I expected a very highly produced. And today with the iPhone, pretty much everything goes.
Yeah.
We still really pride ourselves on our quality. Yes. But it's much more acceptable and much easier
to get the footage.
And, we think we do a really good job. Our team is incredible. I mean, this is, I am a very small piece of a very large pie. And, all of our team is so great.
So good.
Our media manager, Keegan Phillips, is the one.
Insane. I love her.
She's really
best.
Cool.
She's so talented.
So wonderful to work with and so bright. And she works really hard and videos most of the classes, like all the goes, and then puts together the reels. We were here last night for the fantastic senior trail, and that was just a blast. And just to be able to see an organic moment, just it was one person having fun, and the next person had fun, and the next thing everybody was trying to up themselves on how to celebrate to get their award.
It's
in a really special class.
It really was, for sure. And I think it's so cool how you guys capture the emotion that goes into all this.
We like to have fun.
Yes.
And horseshoe people like to have fun.
Yes.
And we're trying to make it fun and show people how fun this is. And try to encourage people to keep doing this.
Right.
And come to your first world show.
Right.
And come check it out and see, because we have fun.
It is fun. And I think so too. It's, for me, I'm from Pennsylvania. It's a big haul for us. It's expensive because of that.
Yeah.
But it is fun here.
It is.
It's a lot of we are shortly going to be going to a little party before they start the versatility class. So they do a lot of things to keep it fun, to keep it light.
And tonight's class is fantastic.
It's going to be so fun.
The versatility. And
I can't wait to see what Keegan comes up with.
Oh, I know.
I can't wait.
She's always trying to outdo herself.
I'm sure.
Which is challenging.
Yes.
But the winner of this class, I think every year has gone on to be a really nice course. Done really well after this.
And the all around stuff. Yes, for sure.
This is a sneak peek into the future of this next generation of horses.
I love it. I love they're doing this class.
Yeah.
I think it's really neat. Is there anything else you would like to touch on as far as marketing initiatives for people or any suggestions you have for someone, even somebody who maybe has advertised in print?
Yes.
And
come over to the fun side.
Yeah, why they should consider doing digital.
Well, our reach is,
number one.
I mean, you can't beat our reach. I mean, if you think about it, it's just, it's immediate. It's right here. You have it with you all the time.
I know what I want to ask.
Yes.
Actually, I know. What do judges say to you guys about it? Do they look? Do they read?
Not only do they, we can see that they do.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. So they do.
Oh,
and I think that would be a common misconception. Is people would say oh, the judges don't. They but they do.
They do.
They do.
Of course they do.
That's really great to know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they're all on their phones too.
And we have wonderful relationships with people in the industry, and we include them in stories. We have a series that we've done forever, which is we ask the judges, and we ask their opinion on certain topics. And so if we're not just looking for their clicks on the magazine, we're including them in our content.
I love that.
And we value them, the trainers and the photographers and the graphic designers, and I mean,
it's a whole
whole big thing.
Yes.
But what I would encourage people to do is to give us a try. You'll be shocked at how less expensive it is.
Yeah, for sure.
And the reach. And I when I was showing all around back in the 90s and 2000s and before we started Go Horse Show, I did some advertising, and it for me was that give you a little bit of a confidence.
Yes, for sure. I agree.
And when people would stop and be like,
I saw your ad.
That's it. Oh, wow.
Yes.
I love your ad. You want, yes.
Yeah.
I love your ads. Keep it going.
Right.
And I was someone who had taken a bunch of time off to go work.
Yeah.
And came
be
back.
A mom, all those things. Yeah.
And came back when I was able to do it without my parents'
support
anymore.
Yeah.
And to be able to have people who I had no idea who they were come up to me and say, I love your ad, or, oh, that's
so and so.
Yes.
Yep.
It gave me a pep in my step and a confidence. And I took that confidence into the arena.
For sure.
And then I started to win.
Yeah.
And so it was like this circle of confirmation.
Cool.
And, at this level, everyone has the horse, the tack, the trainer, the miles, and
how do you separate yourself?
The clothes.
Yeah.
And to me, it's like one of those last just pieces of the puzzle that can really bring it all together.
That's really true. Because it is a confidence thing. Just help you keep your chin up a little bit more. And I like that.
And you get a wonderful photographer like you to do pictures and be like, I'm really pretty.
I do look good.
Oh, my horse is so beautiful.
Right.
And
it is true.
Yeah.
I do get that a lot too, where people are like, oh, I'm not photogenic or this or that.
I don't feel like I fit the part.
Right.
Yeah.
And then we do the photos, they get the ad and they're like, and people say stuff to them.
Yeah.
And I that is true. I've heard that too from people saying that so-and-so loved my ad. Thank you.
Yeah.
So that is really important. And, I also, obviously I'm in the industry in a way. I do think it is important. I personally, the photo shoot, the whole process is a confidence booster for somebody. And for real, when you do go in the pen, you're like, I belong.
Yeah. Stick out your chest a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
I belong here.
I think so too. And again, you guys do such a wonderful job of like following up with people, staying in touch. Obviously I've always enjoyed working with you guys. So I think everybody else should try it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. I think
Thank
you
you.
should try it.
Thank you. Yeah.
So if anything,
I'm easy
I was going to say, Suzannah is very easy to get a hold of.
I
She's
am.
very responsive.
Yes.
Anyone I have sent your way, I'm like, just here's her info. Yep. She will handle it for you.
Just go horse show.
Too easy.
Yeah. Well, that's, why shouldn't it be?
Right.
It should be easy.
Right. It should.
And life can be hard. Yeah. Horse showing can be hard.
Yeah.
Let's make the advertising part easy.
Yeah. I like that. Yeah. That's a good slogan. Make the advertising part
easy. Make the advertising part easy.
Well, I thank you so much for doing this.
It was such a pleasure.
And this was so fun.
Yes.
It's so cool to get to sit up here.
Love what you're doing and just having fun with this. And
it's also, it's competitive, it's stressful, it's expensive.
But at the end of the day, we're friends.
Yeah.
We're all just friends.
We are.
Right?
Yep. And we just want to have fun with our horses. So
love it.
Thanks again.
Thank you, Allie.
Thank you. That was great.